Hello, Chris from MyStampLady.com, and I'm here with a card using the Hostess set Tranquil Tulips. This has probably been one of my most favorite Hostess sets that's been in a long time. And if you look at my blog post on MyStampLady.com, you can see more information about what a Hostess set is. I'm also using the Label Me Pretty and with the coordinating punch. So this right now is available in a bundle. And then for the colors of ink I am using Berry Burst, one of the new ink colors, Dapper Denim, this is one of last year's ink colors but still available, and Lemon Lime Twist, another new ink color, and then Memento Tuxedo Black. I'm also using the Berry Burst ink refill with the baby wipe, so you're going to see that technique in this video. Okay, so I have a Berry Burst card base, so I start with 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and folded in half. And then I'm using the Glossy cardstock. This is something that Stampin' Up! Carried before. It has a coated surface, and I'm really glad that they're carrying it again because there are so many fun techniques with it. And what I'm going to do today with it is use a baby wipe, and this is the Berry Burst ink refill. I'm going to add a little bit of temporary adhesive, placing this glossy paper, and I want it to hold it in place for me. If you do not want to get ink on your finger, or you're concerned about getting some, this is probably going to get my fingers inky, basically, is what I'm saying. And so I am just going to put a couple of drops of ink on the baby wipe. And then I am going to start with my darker. I'm going for an ombre effect, so I'm going to start with the darker at the top. And one thing I've learned with doing this is that you want to go back and forth over the entire cardstock. Now, I have these lines in here, the streaks in here. I could add a little more ink if I want to, and just go over that and get rid of those stroke marks or the lines on there. So again, I'm going to start at the top where I want it the darkest, because that is going to be where it's the darkest, where you've started. There we go. Okay, so that is the piece that I'm going to go with. Set that aside, and let's pull this up, and I'm going to let this dry while I work on the rest of my card. One thing I've learned doing this is that no two pieces look alike. Here are some of my trial and error pieces. I'll probably use them, but so this one has a little more with the strokes. I got it a little darker down here, but still with the strokes. This one's a little more smoothed out. Then I tried, this is Peekaboo Peach with Lemon Lime Twist and Dapper Denim. And here I have Lemon Lime Twist with Emerald Envy. So you can see there's just a lot of different ways and things that you can do with the ink on a baby wipe and the glossy cardstock. The glossy cardstock is a nice surface to put that on. So we're going to let this dry and continue to work on this. So now I have the tulip set, and let's pull in the Lemon Lime Twist and the Berry Burst. So first of all, I'm going to do my stem here. Okay, oops, there I got ink on my finger, not when I thought I would going to, but just from the pad. Okay, so we'll just stamp that. We'll put that about there. And then also with the Lemon Lime Twist, I'm going to just add the leaves along the side here. And this has a look of the shaded look. So some of the areas are going to look more filled in, and some spaces. And that's just the look of this. Now I did the Lemon Lime Twist portion here without the Stampin' Pierce pad, but because this is a photopolymer set, sometimes you can get a different look or a better look, or people are just happier with using some cushion underneath, and you can use the Stampin' Pierce pad with that. And now I've switched to Berry Burst, and we're going to do some two-step stamping here. And I'm just using the same color over the same color. So you could use a lighter color and a darker color, but I'm just using the same color twice. And we're going to go in and stamp this and get another tulip. The two-step stamping, I kind of started to say, is stamps that work together. So I have the background, and then this will add the dimension and give you the look of the tulip. Okay, so now I can set this aside, and there's these two little images, and let's see, where did I put my black? There it is. And with these, I am going to get, I'm going to just double check that I'm, yes, okay, so with this one, we're going to ink it up in black and get the center of the tulips. And then I'm just using a little smaller one for those. There we go. Okay. And I am going to take in my clear Wink of Stella, and we're going to add some glimmer or shimmer to these tulips. So I'm just going to go over it really quickly like this, and then I'll come back when I'm done. So I'm hoping you can see that shimmer in there that I've added with the Wink of Stella. It's just a really pretty look. Okay, I'm going to mount that in a minute. Let's give that a little more time to dry. In the meantime, I have the images from the Label Me, and going to stamp that with Dapper Denim on the Dapper Denim, and then the center is a 1 1/4 inch circle around the You're the Best. I'm going to take a Stampin' Sponge and just, well, I'll make sure that's dry, and then I'm just going to sponge around that to get it. It was just a little too white when I tried it, and so this adds just a little bit of color, and of course you can add less or more, whatever you're comfortable with. Just punch that out, that circle there. I will use this label punch to punch out the label. Make sure I'm still on camera here. Okay. And let's mount that onto the background. Okay, so now that I have all the pieces done, now one thing about the Wink of Stella is that it has obviously some liquid in there, and the classic ink pads are dye-based. And so a couple of places I can see I went just a bit outside of the line, and the Wink of Stella will pull some of that ink out. So if you don't want that, you know, just be careful that you don't go outside the line. I'm not going to really worry about it. I'm just going to let it be. Okay, and then now here's my little ombre piece with the Berry Burst, and we'll mount that. It's on the glossy cardstock. So let's put that in the center here. There we go. Get that mounted down. And now I'll put my tulip piece. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I put that down first on my border. And what I forgot is to put down my Berry Burst ribbon. Okay, so I have my length of Berry Burst ribbon, and I actually forgot to put it on before I put my card base down, the glossy paper down. So I'm just going to kind of pick it up and tuck it underneath. And I'm just using some mini glue dots. And I would have used mini glue dots beforehand also if I would have remembered to do it. But what I am going to do is, because I'm having to pick up the edge a little bit, because I had to pick that up and kind of tuck that ribbon underneath, I'm taking a couple of mini glue dots and just pushing those underneath just to make sure that they go down and stay down firmly where I picked it up. Down and straighten it out a little bit. Kind of one of those little tricks that after you've done something wrong or something you didn't want, a way to fix that up. So there's my card front. Let's take a little bit of the Fast Fuse, put that down. I want this to stick down well. And we'll just put that over on the side. And there you have the glossy background that I've done with the little baby white technique. And then for the inside, I would just stamp something or add a white card for a writing surface. If you have any questions about what I've done or this technique, don't hesitate to contact me, Chris, at mystamplady.com, and you can find directions on my blog at mystamplady.com. The supplies can be found in my online store at shopwithmystamplady.com. Thanks a lot for watching.